Hi there, it's Seay from Seay Real Estate here in Richmond, Virginia. And this week I want to talk to you about roads, lanes, drives, right-of-ways. What can be so interesting about that, or how much can there be to talk about when it comes to roads? Well, actually more than you might think. Roads fall into various categories. We have state and county maintained roads. We have private roads. Those are the broad categories. And a few thoughts as we talk about these this morning. When subdivisions are established, and a subdivision can be anything from 2 lots to hundreds and hundreds of lots. And sometimes in rural settings, people get confused when they hear of a 5-acre parcel being part of a subdivision because it's on a state-maintained road. It seems to be by itself, but at some point, it may have been 50 acres along that road that were divided into 10 5-acre lots. And yes, it's called a subdivision. There may not be any formal covenants, restrictions, associations, or anything that you associate with a subdivision, but still called a subdivision. And when land is divided, if it's already along an established road, well, that's easy enough. If a person puts a new road in to serve this subdivision, there's a few things to think about. If they're going to pave that road, and if they do it to local governmental standards, there's a chance that the local government will take over the maintenance of that road and it will become a state or county maintained road. If the developer does not pave it and develop it to those standards, well, then it'll remain a private road whereby the people in that subdivision will have to contribute to its ongoing maintenance. So you might see a paved road in a small subdivision that has the appearance of a road that local government would take care of, but oftentimes they won't. It's up to the homeowners to do that if it wasn't built to the standards whereby the government will take over the care of it. With gravel roads, you'll usually find gravel or paved roads in a private subdivision type setting. You'll find road maintenance agreements where everybody in that subdivision agrees to equally share the ongoing expense of maintaining that road. Sometimes I'll go to sell a house where people live in a situation like that and there is no formal road maintenance agreement. And as I sell that house, it's not uncommon for the lender who's providing the financing to require that a road maintenance agreement be established. So I've had plenty of sellers running around getting signatures and everybody agreeing to equally maintain the road. I've even seen road maintenance agreements where one person at the end of the road, Farmer John, let's call him, is the one who always maintains the road, and he just issues a formal letter saying, I'm the guy who's going to take care of this road. Sometimes that will satisfy a lender. But if you live in a situation like that, it's best to have a formal agreement. Again, typically it's equal expense shared by all parties. So what else can I tell you about roads? We sold a piece of land not long ago, a beautiful piece of land in Hanover County that didn't have a right-of-way all the way to it. We had to petition lots of neighbors to get them to agree to provide a right-of-way. Some of it was already given and in place, and the rest of it wasn't, and some of it was a right-of-way, but it wasn't wide enough for the person buying the land to be able to get bank financing. Again, there's requirements. So there's a lot of work to be done in getting people to give right-of-ways, getting others to increase the width of the right-of-way that they had previously provided. And it took a few years to get all that straight. So if you have land like that, it's best to get busy on getting your neighbors to provide that right-of-way so that if you ever do decide to sell it, you'll be truly ready to do that. So a few thoughts on roads. I could probably tell you more about them this morning, but it's not always cut and dry, and there's a lot to learn about roads. Who knew? Have a great week. I'm Seay with Seay Real Estate.